All right, guys. We ended up having to do recording over our original audio because some of the files got lost. But we're at Game Central Station.
This was Friday night, set up for the big weekend. Not everybody, of course, was here, but several of the vendors were here setting up. It was a big unraveling, I guess. Well, not unraveling, because that sounds bad, but like a
To do.
unpacking.
Yeah.
That's the word I'm looking for. But it was interesting to see all the ins and outs of how a convention comes together from start to finish. And we wanted to include everybody in there because a lot of times people don't see all the blood, sweat, and tears that goes into starting the convention, from getting it built up, set up, all the way to tear down. So this was setup night.
And it was crazy because Tony originally was going to be in there like at 7 o'clock. Come to find out, it was 7 o'clock. He showed up at 5 o'clock, patiently waiting. Come to find out, though, everybody was. It was a volleyball area. It was a gymnasium, and basically the volleyball team that was scheduled for that night, no one showed up. So Tony was dead in the water from 5 to 7 with no extra help. It was just him, I guess his wife and his kids. And wasn't it Shane and Gabby had some things they had to...
Shane and Gabby were supposed to be there to help set up, but unfortunately that night they ended up having to work a prior engagement that came on last minute. So they came in later to help out.
Yeah, and that was hard because they wanted to be there, but it all came down to one thing, and it was a mess for them, bless their hearts. But as you can see, everybody's setting up. Southern Fried Gaming Expo area.
And that was our shirt debut for Royal Hearts. And we gave some out to some of our friends. And they were a big hit. So, and there's Tony. And he was excited.
Good spirit.
Very good. Oh, and there we are.
And the music for Not So Evil Jerry, which there's Jerry
There's
right there.
Jerry.
He was photobombed.
He had an awesome speaker, too, that I wanted to steal from him.
Yeah, we got to go see him. And this is the spot where poor Tony is talking about that there's 85 spots. 71 spots. I got this all backwards. 85 spots, 71 vendors.
Yes.
Forgive us, I'm tripping more on my words right now than anybody else.
But there was a little ways back where you saw, I just drew a blank. Pac-Man Case, he was in there. Originally, they had him set up where his booth was supposed to be, over by a vending machine. And then we saw him a little while later. He was in a different location. We were picking on him about, we thought you were over by the vending machine. And he said, no, that's not going to work. He said there was a vending machine and an exit. So they had relocated him. But that's all part of the setup process. You think you have everything completely set up and everything's foolproof and there's no hiccups. Well, to start up a convention, to set up, there's all kinds of trials and tribulations, and
like even down the tape of the spots. They put tape
Right.
on the floors for even the table for vendors. Sorry,
Right.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. But there's a lot of, what would you call it? Reconstruction, so to speak, when it comes to, like, well, this is where they were going to be set up. This isn't going to work, so we have to move them. Which luckily, this wasn't the initial day of the convention, so it allowed for some wiggle room in there.
And we were walking around smiling and laughing because Tony is wonderful as he is, and Shane also, and Gabby, and bless Tony's wife's heart. I don't know her name. I never stopped to ask her, even though we talked. I was too busy helping
I believe it's Kim.
It's Kim. We were helping with the teardown at the end of this, which, by the way, this will be a two-parter because we've got to critique some things. We're having technical issues with music.
Oh, look.
Oh,
There's
the games.
Pokemon game
Game
and the
Boys.
Princess Peach.
They have a Gengar right there. I love that Gengar.
But that was fun for us because we weren't actually hands-on with the setup per se. So as people were setting up, we got to kind of wander around and window shop, so to speak. And it was a lot of fun. And of course, CK, night one, right after they set something out, found something he just had to have, which that'll probably be in what, episode 2?
Yeah, it'll be in episode 2 because I want to we lost audio in a lot of this. Now there is audio that you may hear in the background, but the mics we use,
Bayou Billy.
She's always going to tease me about that dang Bayou Billy.
At least it wasn't Longsword.
No, but you pointed that out in a future episode too. Well, it may even be in this. Always doing that to me. And then we have a debate with Andy and Robert about is Chrysalis or Crystalis?
It's Chrysalis.
Now this is Saturday coming up, the walk-in, and we're here early. I think it was around 7:30 in the morning that we came back in.
Yeah.
They had a torrential downpour that night, a massive storm in the area. Poor vendors were trying to get everything in. So they were up late and then up early, and this is them setting up. So you don't see as many people on the floor in this first episode, this part 1, and it's because
this was still set up.
Yeah, this was still setup day. There were people that were running back and forth trying to get set up because when the storm came in that night, a lot of them, they just pretty much kept what was in their vehicles or their trailers or what was it? One man was in a Penske truck, Penske van.
There's Mike Nathan's booth.
Oh, and he has some wonderful stuff. Y'all should go check him, Mighty Mike in Florida. Definitely recommend him. Wonderful guy. There's several people that are coming in this day. See, there's the blue tape on the floor right there where they were trying to figure out and give everybody their fair spot.
Right.
There was all these vendors. Tony's always, and there's
there
TK.
I am. I was
jamming.
dancing and singing, but sadly our audio didn't work. And I was excited. Oh, there's those chips that...
And guys, definitely stay in tune for the next episode on that one about chips and about certain games that TK picked up on the last day of this convention.
I am mentally stable.
We asked Sizzling Gamer if you were mentally stable. We asked Andy and Robert if you were mentally stable with that selection.
We even asked Joe.
Yeah, he didn't.
And he was on my side on that. He said I was playing matchmaker. But that's more information to come. You'll see that later.
Lord help me. Yeah, she picked up 2 like polar opposite games. One going north and one going south. So, and love the Jeffrey Giraffe.
It's Jeffrey.
Now this is Travis's booth with Jake's, or Jacob. I think he goes by Jake.
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. There's my little baby.
Her Peach Cabbage Patch doll. And it's a kitty.
It's sweet. Oh, her little tushy showing.
She had to pick that up. I was encouraging that all the way. And of course, TK is shopping for some puzzles for our kiddos.
That lady has some really neat stuff. She makes those puzzles.
Along with...
And those pens.
Yeah, pens. I think there's a spot in a second you're going to see where there's going to be some buttons. I think they're for Crocs, actually. Those are. But from Pokemon, I think there was some Dragon Ball Z.
But she said she can do any kind of specialization for... And I believe it was a 100-piece puzzle, if I'm not mistaken.
It was. And I absolutely love this. Like, this is Mike Nathan's corner right here. I got a different view of it coming up.
I think he had the biggest booth there.
And these cases that you see right here, he custom makes and will sell and ship them to you.
I didn't know that.
Actually, I had a conversation with him about that. And so Sorry, bear with us. We're still trying to learn this in and out, and there will be music commentary that's much better quality in future. But right now, with the situation that's going on, we're learning in process.
We are, and we're adjusting in flight, as CK likes to say, when you find out your audio crashed. Because apparently, when our mics aren't on or we don't use them for a certain amount of time,
They go dormant.
They go dormant, and we didn't realize that as this was our first time using them. So it's all a learning process. There's Tony. Hey!
But anyways, guys, we're going to be working on the next part 2 of Game Central Station, which
there's Caleb with Phoenix Resale,
and he's already making the deals.
He was.
But
he came in ready to make deals.
Yes, he did.
He's a nice guy, though.
He's a really nice guy. Wonderful to meet him, and we even passed some shirts off to him. But in the next episode, we'll cover more of Saturday, Sunday, and Teardown. So,
and stay tuned for a special friend that we became really close with that weekend.
So for now, I guess we'll let you go. Peace out.
Girl Scouts.